To that today with really most of our rainfall 10-20% on the north shore, primarily big storms well to our north, but we're going to see kind of a quiet period here going through the weekend and early next week. What little rain we did have on the north shore really fizzling out now, so fairly quiet through the rest of this evening and tonight, and fairly quiet for the weekend. Mostly sunny skies across southeast Louisiana. A little complex of storms up to our north once again, kind of initiated by a little upper disturbance, but for us we're going to see a fairly settled weather pattern in the coming days. Model indicating an isolated shower or two still possible north of the lake, but it looks like a lot of that has been weakening, and more sunshine as we head into the weekend. More sunshine. The upper ridge means high temperatures, upper 80s, and possibly the first 90 of the year. A lot of sun outside right now, very pretty to look at, and temperatures in the upper 80s near 90 degrees wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for this. Dew point values in the 70s makes it feel like the 90s, and that will be the norm through the weekend and early next week. Winds out of the south, a little bit of a breeze, but not much. Records can get into the low 90s. In fact, going back the last couple of weeks, the records are in the low 90s. So we have been in a period where we can get very hot. 90s. We can also get pretty chilly, although these are rare. 40s would be very nice. Our morning low was 75. 90 degrees right now in Laplace. We did get into the low 90s at Baton Rouge. It came close at the airport. 71 though in Macomb. That's because of some thunderstorm activity with dew points in the lower 70s, and really no signs of the humidity coming down anytime soon. In fact, we are going to be looking forward to a weak front to move in by midweek. All it might do is increase or help to bring in some slightly less humid air as we head into Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, dew points instead of the lower 70s, maybe lower mid 60s. So not a dramatic change, but maybe something, although that doesn't last for very long as that surge of Gulf moisture comes right back in toward the end of next week and the following weekend. It's not looking great for any additional cold fronts in May. We're starting to get a little too late in the season. Winds out of the south right now, and they will remain southerly throughout the course of the weekend. Still fairly active weather with more disturbances to our north, but our weather is primarily going to be dictated by this upper high, which will continue to strengthen through the weekend. And as we head into Sunday, Monday, that high basically positions itself right over the deep south. And what that means is likely the hottest days, 90, 91, 92 degrees, certainly possible. In the summertime, we're going to get accustomed to this. We get very much acclimated to it. But when we start to first see those initial 90s, it can take some people by surprise. So again, that word of warning, if you are going to be outside for any length of time this weekend, plenty of water, get into the shade. Don't overly exert yourself. We are going to see kind of a troughing with the squashing of that upper high. So temperatures not quite as brutal as we head toward the middle to the end of next week as a weak front moves in. Probably not going to do much for our temperatures, maybe increase our rain chances. The heat index going into tomorrow, I think this model is being a little too conservative. I think in near 90 degrees, heat indices will be more mid 90s during the peak afternoon hours. Thunderstorm activity to our north. For us, we are going to stay very quiet in the coming days. The main focus looking forward for the weekend and early next week will be the heat. Maybe a stray shower or two, but rain chance tomorrow 10%, maybe a slightly better opportunity at around 20% for Mother's Day. As we look toward the middle of next week, we're going to see a weak front begin to approach, increasing rain chances, especially looks like maybe Tuesday and into Wednesday with this front moving in. Again, we're not going to see much upper level support, so not much of a front in terms of a dramatic temperature or humidity drop, likely just going to increase our rain chances as we head toward Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, knocking high temperatures down a little bit. This weekend and early next week, though, very hot with temperatures for the first time this year into the 90s.
All right, thank you, Chris.